Understanding the psychology behind minds of psychopathic predators among us. Human predators populate our society. In the shadows of our daily lives lurk human predators, psychopaths. These individuals, devoid of empathy and remorse, weave through society, wreaking havoc and devastation wherever they go. They manipulate, lie, steal, and defraud with chilling efficiency, leaving behind a trail of broken lives and shattered dreams. Stefan Verstappen, in his harrowing work Defense Against the Psychopath, vividly paints this grim reality. Psychopaths as human predators. Psychopaths are often seen as human predators, capable of manipulating, lying, stealing, defrauding, abusing, and even taking lives without a shred of guilt or remorse. The expert consensus varies slightly on the prevalence of psychopathy in society. Robert Hare, a leading authority on psychopathy, estimates that about 1% of the population are psychopaths, while clinical psychologist Martha Stout suggests that this figure could be closer to 4%. Studies show that psychopaths are disproportionately represented in the corporate world and in politics. Understanding the psychology of psychopaths is essential for minimizing the harm they can cause to individuals and society at large. Despite being responsible for more social distress and disruption than all other psychiatric disorders combined, psychopathy has received comparatively little systematic research. Psychopaths among us. Psychopaths are present in all segments of society, and there's a high probability that one might encounter a psychopath in their lifetime. This encounter could result in pain or humiliation, making it crucial to understand the nature of these human predators. Contrary to the common perception that psychopaths are always violent criminals, many psychopaths engage in immoral acts that escape the radar of the criminal justice system. They might abuse or neglect family members, cheat others out of money, lie pathologically, or manipulate people for selfish ends. Martha Stout in The Sociopath Next Door emphasizes that most psychopaths are not incarcerated. They are out in the world, blending in with everyone else. The primary reason most people refrain from exploiting and harming others is because they possess a conscience. This empathy and the resulting guilt when others suffer are absent in psychopaths. They lack the ability to form emotional connections such as love or friendship. Instead, they view others merely as possessions or tools. The psychopath's emotional void. The emotional void within a psychopath enables them to engage in harmful acts repeatedly. Robert Hare in Without Conscience describes the unnerving reaction of psychopaths to gut-wrenching events and their casual discussion of brutal offenses. Psychopaths are self-centered, callous and remorseless individuals who lack empathy and the ability to form warm emotional relationships, in place of the emotional connections that give life meaning for most people. Psychopaths are driven by the pleasure principle and a need for continual excitement. Many psychopaths are addicted to alcohol, drugs, or sex and engage in risky behaviors. However, their most seductive stimulant is power. Regardless of their profession or social status, psychopaths are obsessed with controlling others. Martha Stout notes that the prize psychopaths seek can vary from world domination to a free lunch, but the game is always about control. This obsession with power is vividly illustrated in a psychological report about a psychopath named Earl, who values people only insofar as they can be manipulated to his will. The perceived advantage of psychopathy. From their perspective, psychopaths do not see their condition as a disorder. They often view their lack of emotional attachments and inability to feel empathy and guilt as an advantage in a competitive world. Ted Bundy, for example, referred to guilt as an unhealthy social control mechanism that harms the body. Consequently, attempts to rehabilitate psychopaths often fail. Robert Hare notes that treatments for psychopathy are notoriously ineffective, with the common conclusion being that nothing works. Identifying psychopaths. Psychopaths are difficult to identify because they camouflage their predatory nature with what Hervey Cleckley termed a mask of sanity. They are akin to predatory creatures that mimic their prey. For example, some spiders in Australia behave like ants, living among them undetected and extracting resources over time. Similarly, psychopaths often appear normal, and they tend to be more charismatic, charming, and confident than most people. Their social allure is partly due to their lower levels of stress, fear, and anxiety. It is also due to their remarkable ability to lie about their past achievements, and character. Many victims of psychopaths have reported being initially captivated by their charm and energy. Despite their ability to blend in, there are cracks in the psychopath's mask of sanity. One such crack is their pathologically inflated sense of self-importance, which they cannot hide. Robert Hare describes psychopaths as having an astounding egocentricity and sense of entitlement, viewing themselves as superior beings. The eyes of a psychopath. The eyes of a psychopath can also reveal their predatory nature. Victims often describe the eyes of a psychopath as empty, cold, and unsettling, similar to the gaze of a reptile. This eerie similarity has contributed to myths about reptilian humanoids. Intense eye contact is a common trait among psychopaths and can be a tool for manipulation and domination. Another giveaway is their manner of speaking. Psychopaths often find it difficult to maintain a coherent narrative. Their statements are frequently contradictory and filled with inconsistencies. They might jump from one unrelated topic to another or respond irrelevantly to questions. Their speech is sometimes accompanied by exaggerated hand movements, which distract listeners and make it harder to detect their lies. Nature versus nurture. The root cause of psychopathy is unknown, but evidence suggests that psychopaths are born with a predisposition to the condition. This indicates that psychopathy is a product of nature rather than nurture. Martha Stout points out that there is no convincing link between childhood maltreatment and the core characteristics of psychopathy. The threat of political psychopaths. While psychopaths have always been a part of society, contemporary trends toward political centralization amplify the problem. As governments and global institutions extend their control, the potential for totalitarian rule increases. Psychopaths, with their craving for power and lack of empathy, are naturally drawn to positions of political power. In political ponerology, Polish psychiatrist Andrzej Lobaczewski coined the term pathocracy to describe a political system where psychopaths rule. He warns that if a psychopath gains political power, they can create an epidemic of psychopathology in the population. Under such conditions, no area of social life can develop normally, leading to a progressive paralysis of society. Conclusion. Understanding psychopathy is crucial for protecting ourselves and society from these human predators. Psychopaths are present in all walks of life, and their impact can be devastating. By recognizing their traits and behaviors, we can minimize the damage they inflict and safeguard our communities from their influence. As awareness grows, we can hope to create a society that is better equipped to handle the threat posed by these individuals. Leave a comment if you've ever encountered a psychopath and share your experience. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos like this every week, hit the subscribe button and make sure to turn on notifications.